Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be doing another custom solar system video. And as you can tell by the date, it is Valentine's Day today, so we're going to be doing a Valentine's themed custom solar system. So obviously, like last year, if you saw that one, it was colours like red, pink and white that we're going to be using for creation of this solar system. So maybe we'll see some objects return from last year's one as well. I mean, actually, before we get started, I'm going to see if I still have that one saved from last year, and we can sort of do a comparison before and after from the 2021 and 2022 ones. So search. Oh, I do have it. Okay, so here we go. So this is the one I made a whole year ago now. So this is what we got, and I've got to say that background, I kind of want to use that again. That is a really cool looking background. So we'll just have a brief look of it, and if I remember right, a lot of the objects in here were actually made by objects that you guys sent for an object competition. So if we just have a look at the lineup here, yeah, okay. So we'll just get a full lineup of them, everything. So yeah, we went pretty insane with the Valentine's themed objects. So yeah, got quite a nice lineup of objects there. So pretty good. Okay. So anyways, without further ado, let's actually get started on making this year's one. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually build off this simulation, because I want to use this background. I mean, I think the background actually looks really cool for this. So we're going to reuse that. Anyways, onto the stars. We're going to hop straight into this now. So what star am I thinking for today? So I'm thinking obviously a white star. But what sort of star? I'm going to go with Altar, something not too large. So there it is. Also a little bigger than the sun in its stats there. So you can see 10 times as luminous. Nice white star to build off. So looking good. So that is our primary star. Now, as you guys saw as well, if you were looking at the objects carefully, we did have a Gasser brown dwarf. So where are we? So Gasser pink. I mean, it's got to make a return. I mean, these are some of my favourite objects to build a system with. So we're going to have a brown dwarf. It's going to be a binary system, obviously. So we're going to have our main star, and we're going to have a brown dwarf sister star chilling out here as well. So how far away are we thinking? I'm going to say about 30 AU. Something fairly decent. I'll go 36 actually, why not? So I'm going to place Gasser pink there. So there it is, okay. So we've got our main star, we've got our pink Gasser over here as well. So as you can see, obviously, brown dwarf, very, very nice pink glow to it as well. Looking good. Okay, so there's Gasser pink. So click play, that will obviously, we'll just get a bit of speed going around just so that lets the simulation run. And actually I'm going to make a save as well. And I've got to be very careful I don't save over the original save. So we're going to go 2022 edition. There we go, so save that. Say new simulation. Okay, cool. Right, now onto the planets. So we're definitely going to have to bring back some familiar faces from last year's one. I'm not sure if I've still got them all saved actually. I mean, I'd have to have a look. I know we do. We have got all the Valentine's objects actually here, actually. So that's good. All right, okay. So, anyways, first of the inner planets. Now, I'm thinking something like Mercury. Something that's just a barren sort of rock in a pink colour theme. So, you know what? I may actually use Mercury itself here. And I'm actually we're going to go fairly close. So, 0.4 AU. Going to go there. Mercury's going very, very fast. Let's see how hot it gets as well, because I'm not sure how hot. So there we are, Mercury. Hey, what's up? Okay, so Mercury's growing pretty hot. Right, okay, so there we are. All right. So it's already got a bit of a glow to it. So hopefully, if we do a bit of a customization here, so we're going to go to custom. Okay, so then let's try a... Oh, what was it not let me... Oi, I want to customize. What are you doing, game? Come on. Why won't it let me customize? What's that all about? It's not because there's wet water on it or anything, or... That's rather bizarre. I want to customise, damn it. Come on. That's very strange. Okay, let's try a fresh out of the box Mercury. Maybe it doesn't want me customising that, the custom one. So we're going to go over... Yeah, fresh out of a box Mercury. Going to place it there. Press play. Okay, let's try now. Right, okay. So Mercury appearance, solid surface. Okay. There you go, that's what we want. Okay, so for instance, I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with a hot pink. Sort of like a reddish pinky shade. Something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to let time speed up a bit. And also, remember, Mercury does have an atmosphere, so I'm going to make it just so... Is the atmosphere actually on it at the moment? No, it isn't. Okay, so let's go to just something simple. And then if I go back to appearance, atmosphere, we should see some opacity. So just to turn that up a bit. So obviously, if I don't want to go too insane, but I want just some bit of atmosphere on there as well, just so we have a bit of interest and stuff. So I'm going to keep it as a white and pink surface. And then atmosphere, I'm going to try and go for a faint red. Also, you can't see it too well because of the background. So if we just look with try and get it with the darker part of the background behind. You can see the red atmosphere is there. I mean, I can turn it up. So there you go. But let's just have it somewhere there. I don't want it being too intense, but I do want just a small atmosphere just to have an atmosphere. So, oh no, that's not what I want. I want that button. There we go. So you can see the atmosphere there. It is visible. It's got a pink and white colour theme there. We've got a pretty basic looking Mercury. It looks like it's losing material as well. I'm going to also have it inverted just to make it look a little different. And also I'm going to make it slightly more massive than normal. So I'm going to double up its mass. Or radius, I should say. So that also makes it slightly more massive. So there we go. So it looks a whole lot different to the way Mercury normally does. And also if I let time speed up, we should see some temperature rise on it. So as we can see, I'm kind of hoping we get some lava on the surface or something just to have a bit of extra feature. Actually, what we could do as well is we could actually have some city lights going and have them in a pretty cool colour. So where are I? So can we... Oh, okay, you can see some lights on it. Okay. Let's try... just pause it. Okay, so there you go. Got a nice sort of bunch there. But I want to try and have a nice big patch. And I'm not sure if Mercury can get like big patches, can it, like the normal planets? I have no idea, actually. I'll just have a small patch like that then. And then I'll go with white lights. Why not? Something fairly basic. There's our new weird version of Mercury. Orbital period. What we can do is we can lower that a bit, just to try and get a little more temperature going. And then onto the normal stats. So yeah, it's warming up now. Rotational period. So we're going to just change that a bit. So we're going to go, instead of being Mercury's normal, we're going to make it a fairly more standard orbital time, or rotational period I should say. So there you go. So Mercury spins a little quicker on its axis now, and there's a nice patch of city lights. Okay, cool. So we'll have to we'll see how Mercury sorts itself out after a while. So we can also have some clouds as well. Can we? I don't know if actually I'm not sure if clouds are really up here, but I'll have them set to red just in case. Okay, cool. And then interface color will go with like a hot pink. So something like that. Cool. So we've got our custom Mercury, first planet in there. Let's go. Cool. Looking good there. The star itself, I'm going to have a nice white interface for you. Okay. I like white because it's just a nice neutral colour. So there we are. And also if you think of Valentine's Day, you'd either think of a red rose or a white rose. So yeah, we're having our star as a white one. You know, why don't we actually call it white rose? Why not? I mean, I don't really normally name objects when I make systems because I'm not very good at thinking of names, but I'm going to call it white rose. Why not? Something a little different for us. So there we are. Cool. And again, I'll just quickly save that just so we got that updated. All right, nice. So first object in there, we have got a Mercury. Looking good. Right, next up, what are we thinking? So, you know what, I'm going to go with another Mercury-like world. So I'm actually going to use Pluto this time. I'm going to spawn it just a little further out than Mercury. So we're going to have it there. And also, I need to make it larger because otherwise it will be disintegrated by this star probably. So we're going to just double up its mass a bit. Just saying a little more respectable. So where are we? Moon. Yeah, 1.42 moons. Okay. And then obviously with Pluto, what I want to do is I want to have a custom Pluto. Yes, so now it looks a whole lot. When you customize Pluto, it does actually look really cool when you change things. So the red actually does look quite good with the Follins. Actually, it kind of enhances those on this. But do we want to use red? Or we could have. I mean, I do quite like the way that looks, but I do think the red is quite strong. So I mean, I could have a more fainter. I mean, red, white, and pink. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go something like that actually. And then. Or we could have a darker red, maybe. Maybe it could be like a more volcanic looking world. So I'm actually gonna have a really dark red, almost like making it into like a Pluto version of Sedna, almost like a very dark version of red. And I'll keep the other colours fairly white. And then I think this colour will slightly change it to a shade of pink almost, and have it something a little like that. So a very strange world. With the way this one is designed. City lights, I'm not going to do it for this one. I do want an atmosphere on Pluto though, so we'll give it a quick just throw a random value in there. Okay, then now we can change the atmosphere. So here we are, and then obviously I want to have a bit of opacity. So okay, what coloured atmosphere am I thinking for this? I'm thinking just a nice generic white atmosphere, so a fairly an almost cloudy light world, not like Venus, but I'm going to have it as a fairly hidden world, so something like that. So quite a bit of a haze going on, almost like, I know Pluto in reality has quite a haze, but we're going to sort of increase that for this one, and have quite a thick sort of haze around the sky. And also I'm going to rotate it as well, just to make it look a little different as well. So that's where the normal, you can see obviously the grand, I always forget the name of that, the Platanic or whatever it's called, I can't remember what it's called. But basically the big frozen patch there. Yeah, I always forget the name of that patch on Pluto. God, that's annoying. Right, but yeah, there we are. So I'm going to leave it... Actually, no, I'm going to do a full sort of... I'm going to have it tilted fairly strange. I'm going to have it like that. I'm going to click play. And there it is. So that's our second world. And maybe what we could do is have a bit of greenhouse effect, just to make it slightly more interesting. So we're going to have 0 degrees, just let it warm up a bit. Okay, and then sea level, we don't have a sea. Albedo, I'm going to make it very low. So I'm going to make it absorb a lot of light with that atmosphere. And then atmosphere mass, we're going to go up to 1.2 ATM. So quite a heavier atmosphere on this. We're going to see sort of what temperatures this can bring out. So there we are. Okay, so second planet in the system. Cool, so we've got Pluto there. Okay, moving on. So third planet. Now, I'm thinking gas dwarf. Let's try and have something a little different. So gas dwarf. So let's see. So gas. Okay, so gas dwarf is there. I think I've got more. Do I have any sulfur? Okay, so we have got the sulfur gas dwarf as well. So we could obviously change the colours of those to make them more Valentine themed. So I'm going to go with the original gas dwarf first. I want to see if I can customise this guy. So I'm going to have it a little further out. There it is. I'm also going to put the zone on as well. I just want to see sort of how things work here. So I'm actually going to edit this a little further out. No, I will keep its orbit actually like that as well, just to have it a little different. So there's our gas dwarf. So next planet out. Oh, it doesn't look the same as it used to. Maybe this version of the game has ruined it. Oh, that's a shame. Is it? How does it look underneath? Let's see. Oh, no, okay. No, it's still fine. Okay, so what we need to do here is simply turn the opacity off. So you can see the gas underneath. So it's also, it's very clouds. And all we simply do is change the colour of those. So, what about a red gas dwarf? Yeah, what do you think of that? So red gas dwarf with a pinky atmosphere. How about that? So very, very peculiar one. Let's enhance the atmosphere a bit. So you can see it's got you can see the clouds underneath, and the clouds completely hide everything underneath. If we just turn it all off, so that's what it looks like underneath. So it's completely bizarre. I think that's all just water, isn't it? So we have a full white world of... Yeah, okay. Can I change the cloud opacity? Ah, yes. So if I could turn all that down, if in theory, so you can have a bit of the ocean showing. Coverage as well. I mean, can increase the coverage of the clouds. And also the opacity is the big one. Oh, it looks like I've just ruined the object, actually. So as you can see, it's... has got some sort of custom setting that once you ruin it, you can't actually reactivate it again. So there we are. I mean, it still looks fairly interesting actually, just like that, because you can still see the ocean below. But yeah, I do want to have it like it's. Or do I keep it like that? I mean, it does look quite good actually. I do quite like that, and I do think it does look good. So I mean, if we just turn the atmosphere off against the clouds, remember the clouds. Yeah, we've turned them all up. So fluffy. I mean, we could have thick actually, because that will obviously make them. I mean, it does look gaseous as well, with the, obviously because the whole underneath of it is all gas in theory. So because we changed the was it the water we changed? Yeah, it was the water. So in theory we could have this any colour. Well, that looks pretty menacing. So we could have it as a bright sort of yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. I do like the way that looks, and then obviously I'm gonna put the atmosphere back on. Maybe I'll just lower the thickness a bit. But there you go. So there's like a Valentine's gas dwarf. So and it does look pretty cool from behind as well. I do like the way that looks. I'm gonna leave it. I do like that. I like the way that looks. So yeah, it looks interesting. I'll definitely give it that, and we're gonna give it a magenta sort of colour. Why not? And then Pluto. What was it? What did Pluto have? So Pluto, we're gonna give it more of a whiter colour. Probably the least Valentine's looking of all the objects, but it has got that sort of faint red and pink going on underneath it as well. I mean, we could give it a slight enhance to the shade of pink as well. So there you go. They just have a bit more. Because remember, the atmosphere does hide a lot of it. Maybe the red as well. Give it a slight buff to the red. Something like that. Cool. Right, and then we'll go ahead and save again. Just refresh that. Looking good. Okay, next up. I'm thinking... What about an Earth-like? Could we try and stick an Earth-like in here somewhere? I mean, that would be cool. So I'm actually going to go to the old. So the Valentines from last year. So it would be cool to sneak all of these guys in again. So what I'm going to do is, we're actually going to do that. I'm going to just go... Valentine's 1. 2. Oh, no, I don't want to deliver. Whoa, keep. So Valentine's 2. So these aren't set positions. I'm just going to just spawn them all in just so I've got a good look at them. So we got the gas giant one as well, actually, Valentine's 7. So okay, there we go. So we got a nice lineup. And there's also... I want to use these guys as well. These really cool looking worlds. So I'm going to spawn in the pink one as well. So I'm going to throw that in there somewhere. Okay, cool. Right. Whoa, that background is insane. Right. So, okay, so we got this one first. So how does this one look? I think I made this one, and I sent it in as an anonymous user, if I remember right. So this is the Valentine's world I made. I do want to add some water to this, if it doesn't have any on it already. Does it have water? Let's increase the... I think I had red water on here. Why is the water not showing? What's up with that? Put it to 0 degrees. It's getting cold. Oh, we can't have that. Now it's got to get closer then. So that is it's in the red zone of the star. Maybe it needs a little more atmosphere. Where are we? Atmosphere to the temperature surface. Oh, it's pretty high on atmosphere. 1.5. Lower the albedo. Come on, give us some temperature. Come on. 0 degrees. Really? Yeah, that's rather bizarre. Okay, let's make it a little closer then. I'll put it in there. There's some temperature. Alright. So maybe it'll be inside the gas dwarf orbit then. Have it somewhere there. We'll have it to slightly... Just to change things up a bit. Okay. So how does that work? So is that going to warm up for us? So where exactly are the oceans on this guy? I want to see... Atmosphere, clouds off. Snow off. City lights off. Ice off. Water. There is no water here. Where's my water? I want my water back. Come on. But it says I got 2... Yeah, I'm not sure that's correct. If I just remove all the water and add it back. Ah, there you go. There you are. That's what we want to see. Yes. So it's got the red oceans. Good to see this world still functions, actually. Yeah, and it's already pre-built for us. I built this one last year, so it's looking good. But maybe, actually, since we've had new updates in that time, I'm going to change our clouds up. I want thick clouds. And maybe, let's go double storm. Storm. There you are. Clouds are obviously completely white. Atmosphere. Got to lower the opacity a bit, actually. So it still has the atmosphere visible. But I don't want it being as dominant as it was before. Maybe I'll go for... It does look quite nice with white one, I have to say. Do I keep it with white? I don't know. It's got the red oceans already. If I make it red atmosphere as well, it does look almost too red. Or it'd be something in between. Could go something like that, maybe. Maybe like a hot pink-red sort of shade. Something like that. What about that? I'm going to increase the oceans a bit more. I'm gonna stick with that. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. And it's already got a completely... Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. Next up, we got on Mars over here. So this one is a completely pink, just a pink version of Mars. So, I mean, it's already pre-built for us. So I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. And that can sort of sit... we could have it more... We could have quite an eccentric orbit here. I'm actually gonna have a little play with that. So, eccentricity, yes. We're gonna have a... Ooh, okay, no, maybe not that extreme, but I want something like that. And then I'm going to have it quite inclined so it doesn't affect the other orbits. Or maybe if it's a retrograde incline. How about that? Something like that. Yeah. Then its orbit sort of cuts between the gas dwarf orbit. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. And that's literally an all pink Mars. So as we can see, there's no need to really customize it. But one thing I will do is I want to just have the volcanoes stand out. So the high elevation, and have those just white, just so the volcanoes stand out. It does look cool. So there you are. Maybe just give it a slight change. I mean, frozen Mars. Mars is a really cool one to customize, I have to say. Red. Now I'm just going to keep it as the original sort of colour it was given. So just put it back to where it was. There you are. Yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. And maybe middle. What about middle? Or maybe just a slight change to the middle, just so it stands out a bit more. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Just a slight change. And then atmosphere, I'm just going to increase the thickness a bit. It's almost like a dust storm version of it. So there we are. I'm going to leave that alone. But I did want to customize it up a bit. Next up, we've got Nintendo's Valentines. So let's see what's over here. So how does this one look? It's got a nice sort of purpley pinky atmosphere going on there. Underneath, that's what it looks like underneath. Oh, I do like the way that one looks. And how does it look? If we just actually hide that completely. Clouds. Oh ho! And then that looks to be, yeah, it's got water on it as well. Cool. So it's got a lot of patches. Yeah, it's really cool for us. We don't need to do anything to it. So nicely done. Obviously, we're going to need it to be closer to the star, though, if it's got those sort of water. So we're going to have it there. See, maybe we could have this one as a sort of eccentric orbit as well. So maybe this one we could sort of have it with the Mars sort of being in that part of the system and just having that sort of eccentric part to it. Sort of makes it sort of bounce in and out of the closest planets. But we're going to have it maybe upwards a bit just to change things. So there we are. Okay. Next up, we have got this Venus. So I'm assuming this is literally just in the name. It is like just a Venus. And if we look underneath, you've got the Venus colours as well. Hey, nice. So it's or a Venus surface. So yeah, I'm going to leave that completely. This, instead of being a normal hot Venus, maybe it'll be a cold Venus like Titan. So I'm going to leave it. Sort of there. Something like that. I am going to alter orbit as well, just to change its orbit. We just have a slightly inclined orbit, just sort of chilling in the inner areas. Next up, we've got in Nexus. So this is a custom. This is a new object. We didn't use this before, but this one just looks fantastic, really. I mean, gonna have that sort of there as well. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to spawn it here. I'm going to leave it in the colder area, so it's going to be a colder one. But here it is. So, I mean, it's already built. There's not much it needs doing to it. It's an object that Siren made a while back. I mean, it looks awesome. I mean, I don't know if I really want to change that surface. I mean, can I change the surface? I think I can I? Oh, I can. Oh. It's got to be red, surely. Red. And red. It looks pretty menacing. I mean, if we look underneath now, clouds. It does look really... Is that snow, then? Oh, that's cool. So, yeah, what do you think of that? It's actually got patches of water. We're going to have those as white patches of water, just to make it... It's just a very, very bizarre world. I mean, atmosphere, we can actually have that on, but just lower it so you can't really see it. I really like the way that one looks. I mean, it looks so good. I mean, there's not much it needs customizing into it. I mean, look at the glow on it. I mean, it is... Because we have background glow in this system as well, so it just... Oh, that's such a cool looking planet. I mean, there's no need to change anything on that. Next up, we've got Sirens Valentines. So this is also a gas giant. So we'll make this our dominant gas giant. It still looks fantastic as ever. How large is it? Yeah, we'll have it a little larger than that. We're going to go into Jupiter sizes. We're going to go to 2.1 Jupiter. So a very, very large gas giant. 6 masses of Jupiter. We're going to have it further out from the star for obvious reasons. Because we do not want our dominant gas giant being causing trouble in the inner solar system. So we're going to have it somewhere around there. I'm going to give it a slight sort of orbit. Sort of wobble its orbit around it. Just have a sort of inclined area. And then next up, we have got this object here. So this is the last of the competition objects, I believe. Probably last of the... I mean, you could probably say that's the last of the inner planets as well. I'm going to place it there. See how it's doing. I mean, it's already built for us as well. So that's all that's left. We'll give it... I think we may have to have some changes to it. Because, I mean, it doesn't look like it fits the theme as well. So we're going to maybe just have a... Just change a red atmosphere going on there. Water is brown. Let's make that white. So this is like a frozen, maybe more of a frozen, icy world, being further out. There you go. I'm going to leave it like that, so I don't want to change it too much, but there it is. Cool. Right, so we've got a nice lineup of objects so far. So we're going to save that, replace. Looking good. I'm liking the way that's... I'm liking the way this is going, actually. I'm really, really liking this. So, right, that's cool. Right. Okay, so there we are. I'm going to just let the simulation play out. I want to just make sure this all works. So you can see our retrograde orbits are going around. That some of them are going the wrong way, which is pretty cool. So there you are. Okay. So how is Mercury doing? So we wanted to check back on Mercury. So is Mercury warmed up yet? I want to see some lava or molten rock on it. If not, I'll move it a little closer. Everything's looking fairly... The orbits are looking fairly comfortable at the moment, so there's not too much interaction going on, which is good. So I'm liking it. So Mercury's still warming up a little bit more. Speed up time. Okay, Mercury's maxed out then. Okay, so we need to make it closer. So what I'm going to do is we're going to lower that orbit down to 3. So make that orbit very close in there. That should give us the temperature we need to get it warmed up. Maybe it's because it's also... Oh, I can see... No, I can see lava there. If you look carefully, you can see... let's zoom into it. If you look carefully on the image up there, you can see it. But if we look here, you can see that molten rock is appearing. So we're almost there then. So it is still warming up. Oh. So if I put it to just 500, will it warm up or cool down? So it does cool down from 500. Okay, so we do need a little bit more temperature. Albedo, I mean, let's make it absorb a lot of light. We're going to lower that a bit as well. You can see stuff was changing as soon as I did that. Whoa, oh. Oh, no, let's go back to... There we go. There we go. Mercury. Okay. Maybe it's because it orbits so fast as well, or rotates as faster, because obviously the original Mercury would rotate a lot slower, so it warms up a bit more. Oh no, you can see it's really... You can see there is temperature there now. Alright, and then I guess atmosphere. I mean, we could just turn it up a bit, just make it 1 Mars, and that'll surely give it just the temperature it needs. So you can see the max temperature should increase a bit as we increase the atmosphere mass. So if I make it up to an Earth in mass, so atmosphere mass, I mean, surely that would... give it the sort of kick it needs to really warm up. But I mean, I'm going to make it a tad closer as well. Rotation period will double that. So I guess that should really warm up a bit more. But yeah, that's looking good. And then make it just a tad closer. So 2.6. We can go all the way down to 2.3, roughly 2.33. And that should give it the temperature it needs just to have that glowing rock effect to it. There you are. So there's Mercury. So then we take a big jump out to Pluto next. That's at 324 degrees. It's losing material. No, Pluto. So we need to give it a mass increase by the looks of it. Come on, mass. Go on, Pluto. Hang on in there, man. Oh, no. There you go. So it's big enough to survive. Okay. So, Pluto as well. I want to have you a little closer. I want to see you in the action, getting that temperature. 500. Ooh, okay. We can't have it losing mass though, so I want it... Maybe have it as like a super Earth. Let's go over super Earth Pluto. What do you think of that? So, big, heavy, rocky planet. 420 degrees. It's got a bit of temperature going. I'm going to leave it alone though. I don't want to have any more effects on it. Well, this is a little closer. It's a little close to Mercury. That's what I don't like. I want it a little further away. There, I want it there. There you go. So they've got the 2 hot planets, and you've got a big jump. So we go to the Valentines, which is what I made last year. So we can see 200 degrees. Oh, no way. Okay, so that needs a big change. So we're going to put that to 2 years. That temperature needs to cool down. That's way too hot. So 50 degrees. Can it hold a 50? I'm hoping it will cool down. Come on, cool down. 50 point... Oh, right. Okay, so we need to have a real change in our orbit here. Going to go up to 4 years. 50 degrees. Let time play out. That needs to cool down. Okay, what about 20 degrees? I'm guessing it's going to warm up, isn't it? Or is it? Come on, cool down. Oh, it's still warming up. Okay, so I guess what we need to do here is so where are we? So we're in the green zone. Maybe that Venus will warm up after all then. So I'm going to go a little further away. So we're going to go to somewhere there. 5.44 years. So hopefully that'll... So that's cooling down now. Does it still warm up from 0 degrees? Yes, it does. Does it warm up from 10 degrees? Let's see. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little closer to the star once more then. So I'm going to go back to around 4.9 years. Come on, warm up. I want it around 10. I always want it... The way I do these Rockies is, if I want it to be a habitable world, I want it to warm up from 10, but I do not want it going above 20. Let's see where that sits. So the average temperature needs to be in between 10 and 20 is the way I like to do my systems. So... Okay, so it warms. Okay, so it cools down from 20, and it should warm up from 10 degrees. Okay, so that's in a good spot there. And then I'm just going to auto orbit just so it's got a perfectly nice straight orbit. Good. Okay, nice. Okay, so next up we got the Mars over here. So how are we doing here? So, okay, so this one actually is cold for the time being, anyway, because obviously this one moves inwards and it does warm up as it gets closer. How's Gas Dwarf doing as well? We could probably move Gas Dwarf closer. So yeah, Gas Dwarf's pretty warm. I'm actually gonna, yeah, now we've moved that other planet out of the way, I'm gonna actually, Gas Dwarf's gonna get a little closer. I'm gonna replace where the Earth-like world was. So we're gonna have Gas Dwarf there. And also, it's in the name. It's a Gas Dwarf, so not a full-on gas giant. Oh, it looks so good. I love the way that looks. Honestly, I'm gonna actually make a save of that and keep that as a template because look how good it looks from behind. I mean, that looks vicious. And those clouds look menacing. Look at that. And it's obviously the background light is helping as well. But I love the way that looks. I'm definitely getting a save of that. That is a great looking planet, I think. There we are. Cool. Right. Then we've got Mars. Okay, so that one should just warm up and cool down as it moves in and out. So that's fine. Nintendo's Valentines. How's that one doing? This one's at 23 degrees. Nice. That's sitting fairly comfortable where it is. And that's also an Earth-like world numbers. We've got 2 Earth-likes. Then we've got the Venus here, so that should in theory warm up a bit. 372 degrees. So it looks like it has done. It has become a hot world after all. Gonna move it a little closer, somewhere in there. Oh, that red background is insane. And then we got a Nexus over here. How's that one doing? I mean, that doesn't. I don't really care what that one has. As long as the cool clouds are there, that's fine by me. So cool. Save and replace. Excellent. Liking the way that's looking. Alright, cool. So we've got all of that fine. And then how's my planet here doing? 12 degrees. Perfect. That's completely fine. Okay, so now we've got Sirens. Valentines. That's our dominant gas giant, remember. So that's fine as well. I'm just going to let the simulation play a bit. Just to make sure everyone sits in their correct positions. I mean, it looks like everyone is behaving themselves. So that's what we like to see. No orbits are going absolutely crazy. So everyone's orbit's looking fairly stable. That's what we like to see. Looking good. I'm going to move Sirens a little further out because I'm just a little wary that could have problems with the inner solar system. So there we are. So it's got 2 Jupiter's mass, a very large gas giant in there. I mean, if we just get a full lineup of our size scale here, so we can see we've got the main star, got pink gasser, then you've got Valentine here. So yeah, a pretty large gas giant. Then onto the rocky planets. I mean, Rockies are fairly similar in size. We can see it. Super Earth Pluto is the largest of them all, sitting there. And then onto the others, we've got our Gas Dwarf, which is actually smaller than our Super Earth. And then we've got onto all the other planets down there. And then the smallest is actually Mercury. All the way here. Looking good. Alright, nice. So, moving out again. What I'm going to do next is, I'm sure some of you guys are probably screaming at me already. And that is to add the Valentines Deluxe. Which is, where are we? Where are the Deluxes at? Am I being completely blind? Where are the Deluxes? Oi. Deluxe, where are they? Where are the Deluxes? They should be in here somewhere. So I redid my computer the other day, so it moved some of my custom objects around. Got the glowing objects as well. Where are the Deluxes? I don't know if I'm being completely blind. Oh, there they are. That's because I hadn't loaded in. Okay. Valentine's Deluxe. I mean, it's got to be in here. I mean, this was what this thing was made for. So we're going to have that. We don't want to get too close to the gas of pink, of course. So I'm going to have it there as our second gas giant. So we've got Valentine's Day, Sirens, Valentine's. That's our dominant gas giant. We've got Valentine's over here, which is the second largest of the gas giants. Not as large as Sirens, but there it is. And also already pre-built for us. We do not need to do any modifications to this planet. So there it is. And also looking good as ever. Great looking planet. So there it is, and what we'll do is we'll make it a little more unique. Rotational period. Oh, I want to have some speed. Let's have we'll go 11 hours like Jupiter. Let it spin. There you go. Cool. So there it is, and that is going to be the last of the planets around White Rose. Next up, we got Gas of Pink. We need to have some objects around here as well. So obviously Brown Dwarf. Where are we? What about Brown Dwarf tilted on its side? Could be in. We never had that before. Tilted Brown Dwarf. What do you think of that? Pretty cool. Okay. Let's try and have the planets tilted like Uranus's moons. That could be pretty interesting. So, first of the planets around here. What are we thinking? Could have another one of these. These are really cool. You can build off them. I'm gonna go with one of them. Yeah, let's go with the. I'm gonna go with the red version. I really do like the red one. So let's just pause the simulation, and I need to do that effectively. I think we do need to just change the stats a bit more in the orbital settings. So yeah, there you are. So that's obviously tilted on its side to match the round dwarf. Yes, look at that. That's looking good. Okay, so onto the customization. So it's obviously more of a red theme. I'm going to go over red with a white surface. So let's try all white. And then obviously I want to change the water to white as well. And then what about the snow? White snow. And then cloud colour. Because we can change the clouds to any colour we want. We could have it as a very, very reflective world. Why not? Why not? So we'll completely scrap the red idea and just have it as a very, very reflective world. And also we look underneath. That's what it looks like underneath. Put the clouds back on. Atmosphere, obviously it does have an atmosphere as well we can turn on. We'll fade that out, of course. And go over all white. So just have it as a very, very reflective world. On the outskirts of this system around the brown dwarf as our parent object as well. Cool. Have it tilted. Have it tilted on its side. And then I'm going to have it fairly normal actually, so put it there. Cool. So that's our first of the planets around the brown dwarf, which is pink. So there we are, interface white. Cool. Not done this before of a brown dwarf orbit. Have them actually eccentric or inclined like Uranus's moons. That is a pretty cool thing we've got here. Okay, next up. What are we thinking? We're definitely going to have this glowing gas giant around here at some point. So I'm actually going to place that now, actually. I need to be careful I don't pull it too far away. Because also if I pull it too far from the brown dwarf, it will just orbit the main star after a while. So I need to keep it within the brown dwarf's grasp. So I'm going to place it there. I need to just obviously finish it off with the thing here. So let's go inclined all the way around, tilted on its side, and then we need to actually move it. Where are we? Is it? Yes, that one. So we're going to line that up with the orbit. So there we are. Try and get it exactly where we want it. Slightly different to the other one, but yeah, that's fine. So there we are, and that is glowing. So obviously it's in the name. Very, very glowy, very reflective. There's our parent star over there. And obviously it is glowing like absolute crazy. Look, that's such a cool looking planet that is as well. So there it is. And they have it tilted a bit like Neptune on its side. Fairly, maybe a little more than Neptune actually is tilted. So yeah, something like that. And then obviously that's in orbit of that. So there it is. Looking good. Click play and that should all function nicely. And now next up. I'm going to actually have another gas giant, but we're actually going to have this beyond the orbit of the brown dwarf. So I'm going to have it out here. And this is going to be like a Planet 9 almost. It's going to be a pretty inclined orbit. So it's basically been like an ejected gas giant. It is actually less massive than the other two gas giants as well. So we're going to have it on the outskirts of the solar system. We need to have some eccentricity. So let's go for a nice sort of big boost. I mean, that's a little too much actually. So we're going to have it something like that. Like a Planet 9 orbit. So we're going to leave that out in the outskirts. And then that's going to be the last planet. I'm not going to have anything further out than that. So past gas of pink, there really isn't much other than that. So there we are. Okay, next up, I think we're going to go with one more planet around here. I don't want too many objects around it. So what are we thinking here? I did see a planet earlier that I thought we could re-customize. And I think it was one of the gas dwarfs, wasn't it? I wanted to try customizing one of those into a pink variant of it. So I'm going to try that. So I'm going to place it just there. Sulfur gas dwarf. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and recolor that into a Valentines edition. So how many bands has it actually got? Okay, so we can do that. I don't need to speed that up. So I'm just going to go to pink, shades of pink. And we're just going to simply see what we end up with once we do this. So it's making it, yeah, sulfur into a pink variant. So let's sort of see how this will end up. I mean, I'll just do random band colours and just get them all done. We can start to see some changes already happening as we proceed here. So I'll go with like obviously reds and pinks, just try and get a nice mixture of all the different colours. And obviously there's some white ones as well, which will have some nice changes. So already we can see some change. So we'll just go ahead and keep doing all of that. But yeah, there we are. Yeah, honestly, it's quite, just change the subject as well. It's quite nice doing a system creation video. I mean, this is the first one of the year. We haven't done, I haven't done any this year yet. This is the first one of these videos I'm doing this year. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. Do you want me to do more system creation videos again? Because I know, obviously, these are popular, and I know you guys do like watching them. So yeah, let me know if you want to see these return a little more often. Maybe we could do some more coloured systems and stuff. Maybe remaster some more of those, or something along the lines of that. Let me know down below in the comments about all of that as well. Because yeah, it's a lot of fun doing these, and yeah, they are really, really fun to film. And yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoy them as well. And I hope you enjoy this one just as much as you've enjoyed all the ones previously as well. But anyways, as we back onto the planet customizations, we're almost there. Very, very close to being there. Just need to do a few more. Go over a more magenta shade. Then we'll go to a red shade for that one, for instance. Go some more reds at the bottom. Looking good. Almost there. So what do you think of that? So it's a fully recolored edition of the sulfur gas dwarf. So there you go. Almost there. Looking good. Come on, almost there. Get that one done as well. Okay, so just under 10 to do. That colour needs to change. Oh, that one's already fine, actually. Cool. Looking good. Get that all done. Okay, 4 more. Then we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you are. What do you think of that? So there you go, Sulfur Gas Dwarf Pink Edition. So I'm actually going to save it. We're going to call it Sulfur Gas Dwarf 3. Oh no, I already have one called 3. 3, we'll call it 4? I'd have a 4th one as well. What? 5. I have a 5th one. How many of these do I have? 8. There you go. Cool. So there it is, Sulfur Gas Dwarf Pink Edition. Looking good. Okay, so then all I need to simply do here is give it the orbit it needs. So incline it all the way up, like that. There you go, and then I just need to rotate it round. So then we get that. So what do you think of that? So it's a tilted system on its side, in orbit of the main system as well, actually. And I think just to switch a few more things up as well, we're just going to have a little more inclined orbits on the outer system as well, just to sort of line up with the gas giant at the back there. So there we go, looking good. I'm also going to do it with sirens, just slightly, but I'm going to do it. So have it like that, just to sort of, they all sort of lead together. So not as inclined as the other ones, sirens, but I'm going to have it as a slight incline. And then rotate it round so it lines up with the other ones a bit. So there you are, cool. I like this. This is cool. This is really cool. And I think just to finish things off as well, we'll have some comets. Maybe I don't do comets often. I know a lot of you guys have been doing them in your own systems. So I'm gonna have some comets. So I'm gonna go random asteroid. And I'll have some. I want to have some pretty insane orbits. So I'm gonna have them all sort of going out further out than Gas of Pink. I'm gonna place maybe a few there, just a few notable ones. Obviously they need to be customized because we can't just have them as generic worlds now. Let's be honest. So we'll have one unique colour in all of them, just so they got a little more of an interesting feature to them. Okay, click play just so they spawn properly. Okay, so then orbits, they need to be very eccentric because they are comets. So we're going to go 0.5 and have ridiculous sort of things like that. That's too much. No, we don't want 1. No, 0.7. There you are. And then I'm going to lower the orbit down so they sort of fly in and out of the solar system a bit. So stuff like this. So let's do it again. So incline, eccentricity 0.9, so a crazy one there. And then we're going to lower that orbit all the way down. So it flies in and out of the solar system. So we can see this one, we're going to actually have it fly into the inner solar system area. Like that. Then it still has an orbit. It goes almost to the Gas of Pink. So we can double the orbit so it does go past Gas of Pink. We're just looking pretty darn cool. And then solid surface, we'll go over Pink Edition. Looking good. So obviously comets, very inclined orbits and all over the shop really, so looking good. And then we can actually move them around a bit. Let's try and have like all the comets sort of facing the same direction, maybe that could be quite good. So kind of like our own solar system's dwarf planets. They all sort of face a certain direction. So we're going to sort of have that lining up with the red, magenta, and white over here. So it'd be quite cool to line up. So our secret sort of hidden planet 9 object. So can have them sort of line up. So I'm actually going to make these slightly more eccentric. Actually, just have it sort of like that. Okay. So this planet is almost responsible for the comet's orbits in this direction in a way. So it's pretty nice. Okay. 0.7576, whatever. Right. So this one will be what am I doing? Whoa, right. And then lower the orbit. There you are. So it's a little further out in the comet. Then we have this one here. That one we've already set up, so that goes into the inner solar system a bit. Pretty insane stuff. Salby over here. How are we doing? Customization. We're going to go white and red this time. That one, so it's a very, very red. We'll go white, red, pink. Let's have all the colours on that one. Why not? Cool. Alright. And then orbit. Let's see here. And then let's do the same bits as before. So I'm going to go 0.5 on this one. Slightly eccentric. Slightly inclined, I should say. Can have it as a pretty big orbit. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Actually, no, I want to have it as a smaller orbit. And I need to turn it like that again. So we can sort of see all the orbits are being pulled in one direction. And then lastly, we've got Akau over here. The last of the comets that we're going to have in here. So there we go. So we're going to go for primary colour of pink this time. We'll go double pink and then red. Or white. Double pink, white. There you go. Nice. And also we just need to give it the orbit stats, and then it is job done. So, oh no, that's not what I want to do. 0.68. Then we just turn it round, lower the orbit down, something like that. And actually, I'm actually going to lower the eccentricity a bit, something like that, and then make the orbit a little bigger, and lower this again, something like that. And then incline it a bit, slightly turn it around. There you go. What do you think of that? And then I'm just going to check. Did I customize all the comets? No, there's one I didn't do. Let's do this one. So for this one, we'll go over white primary color. So we're going to go with, we'll go white, white, and then red. Cool. And that's it. Job done. That is my Valentines solar system for 2022. So what do you guys think of that? I mean, I quite like it. And then I think to the finishing touch, we'll add a secret asteroid belt in between the Gasser and the red, magenta, and white in the background there. So, Gasser, how far away are you? So you are... Okay, roughly 37 AU away. Okay, so what we're going to do, white rose. I'm going to add asteroid belt. So where are we? We're going to go a nice white... Oh, no, go with a pink asteroid belt. So we're going to go customization settings. We're going to go to manual color mode. We're going to go with a hot pink, like a light sort of hot pink. So something like that. There you are. Okay. Settings. Okay, I want it to go from 40 to 400 AU, and then I'm going to add the ring, and there you go. So the red, magenta, and white is in that outer belt area, looking good. And there you are. What do you think of that? Job done. So there is our Valentine system, guys. So let me know what you think of that down below in the comments. What we'll do, save. We'll run through all the objects once more as well, and then we'll just see how everyone is sorted. So we'll start from the very beginning. So we'll whoa. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's because we were locked onto something. So let's just let time play out. Okay, so first of the planets we have Mercury, all the way in the inner solar system here. So you can see it's glowing hot, looking pretty menacing. Got its red and white color theme going on there. Looking good. So there's Mercury. Right, next up we have Pluto, the super Earth version of Pluto. So we can see larger in size, not as hot though, 290 degrees, so still a bit of temperature going on there. Pretty barren, not much going on there. We've got Pluto, we've got Gas Dwarf 2. Honestly, one of my favourites. It looks fantastic. I mean, look, I love the way that. Let's just turn everything off. Look at the clouds go. It looks so gaseous. Look at that. It doesn't look like a rocky planet, even though it is a rocky planet in the game files. It's either rocky or gas giant. This definitely isn't a normal gas giant, but it looks menacing. It really does. I love those clouds. They look very, very hot. And yeah, it does look like a gas world. It doesn't look like a rocky planet, even though it would be classed as one in the game. I mean, yeah, that is a fantastic looking planet. I'm very, very happy with the way that one's turned out. Gas Dwarf. Next up, we have got the Mars over here. So as we can see, pretty generic. It's a Mars. I mean, there you are. So that's one of the competition objects from last year. Next up, we've got Nintendo's Valentine's object over here. So this one's sitting at a comfortable 16 degrees. Nice Earth-like conditions there. Looking good. So, yeah, nice looking world there. We'll check the stats as well, why not? So, stat-wise, we can see 83 and 6. Yeah, decent. Okay, nice. Okay, then we should have my world coming up next. And then we've got Venus first. So this is 367 degrees, and obviously it is what you'd expect from a Venus. So very, very warm, thick atmosphere. You can't see to the surface. Looking good. Next up, we got the world I made. What is that all about, that trail? Oh, that's because I was moving stuff, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, that's fine. So, Valentine's. So, oh, the ocean's filled up a bit. Let's lower that. What's that all about? Get some of that surface back. There you go. Cool. So look at the stats on this guy, 99.4, ho ho, Earth similarity, 76.1 on the other stat, on lifelike, because they've got some very, very strong stats here. That's looking good. So there we are. Yeah, lowered the oceans a bit, don't know why they filled up so high, but yeah, there you go, so that's a good looking world, very happy with that, the way that one's came out. Cool. Next up we have got, so this one over here, so the Nexus. Oh. Look at that. I love the clouds. Look at them go. Oh, it's such a good looking planet. I love it. So, got that one. Alright, okay. And then next jump out, got this one, Solonath. So this was a planet competition object as well. A little more frozen up than the other worlds. Minus 194 degrees. And then next jump out, we have got Valentine's Sirens object. So this is the dominant gas giant in this solar system. Tilted on its side. But yeah, the nastiest, beastiest of the gas giants, 6.8 Jupiter masses there, looking good. Very, very nice indeed. Next up, we have got orbit mode, Valentine's Deluxe. So obviously, this one's definitely a fan favourite. I know a lot of you guys like the deluxe objects, so it's the fan favourite, Valentine's Deluxe. Looking good. Right, next jump out, we go to our main, or our second star. So we've got the pink gasser, looking good. Then we got first planet and Nexus 3 over here, so very highly reflective world for unknown reasons. So there it is, looking good. Okay, next world out, we have got Sulfur Gas Dwarf, the pink edition. So there it is there. Looking, I'm very happy with the way that one turned out. It's a good looking world now. And then lastly, Glowing 2, also very reflective on the outer edges of orbiting the brown dwarf over there. So pretty cool. Obviously, the main star is also lighting up. Very, very glowy indeed. Next up, we are moving on to the comets now. I won't go over, I won't zoom into all of them, but you've got obviously Akam here, Phitinus. So they've all got their insane orbits. So you can see they're pretty cool. And then lastly, at the very edge of the solar system. So how far away are we here? So this one is very dark here. Takes 1,751 years to orbit the star, 176 AU roughly away, and it is in permanent darkness actually. So it's the planet 9 of the system, far out, forgotten, but it is still there in the depths and the darkness. So there it is, and you can see it's all moving around, really cool as well. So there we are. That does it for the Valentine's Day special 2022, guys. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this system, and I hope you've all had a good day if you've had a Valentine or not. I mean, I haven't, but hopefully you guys have. So there you go, we're going to save that, and yeah, really hope you guys enjoy your day, and yeah, let me know what you think of this system down below in the comments. I mean, it's been a good one. I've had a lot of fun doing this. So here we are, and then on to the lineup. So we got obviously pink gas giant, main star, dominant gas giant with Sirens object. We got Valentine's Deluxe, the second largest. Then we've got where was it? Oi. Oh, let's delete the particles because they're just being a pest. I've already saved the simulation, so that's fine. So yeah, onto the gas giants. We had a Sirens object, the most dominant. Valentine's Deluxe. We had Magenta and yeah, the crazy Magenta banded one. We got Glowing. Onto the rocky planets. So we got the Super Earth Pluto. We got our gas dwarf. Oh, it looks so good. And I'll see onto the other ones. Got the other gas dwarf. All the other rocky planets in there as well. Then Mercury at the very end. Cool. That is a very nice lineup. Very happy with that. So yeah, guys, any feedback, tips, anything, let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, like I said, hope you all have a great day on Valentine's Day this year. And yeah, with that all said and done, yep, have a good one, guys. Make sure to like this video. Let's see if we can go for 60 likes on today's video. Let's set the bar a little higher. 60 likes, and also subscribe. Helps on the journey to 24,000 subscribers. And with that all said and done, like I said, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.